What if I told you that the secret to staying strong, steady on your feet, and living independently in the home you love for years to come isn't found in a crowded gym or a complicated workout plan? What if that secret was hiding in plain sight, right in the heart of your home, your kitchen? And what if it only took 5 minutes a day? I know what you might be thinking. 5 minutes? That sounds too good to be true. Another quick fix promise that won't deliver. And I want you to know that skepticism is healthy. It's smart. You've earned the wisdom to question things that sound like a gimmick. But today, I'm asking you to set that skepticism aside for just a moment, because we're not going to talk about gimmicks. We're going to talk about science. A recent fascinating study found that as little as 5 minutes of moderate physical activity a day can lead to significantly better cognitive performance in older adults. 5 minutes. That's the time it takes for your coffee to brew or your toast to pop. And if you've ever told yourself, well, feeling a little weaker or a bit more unsteady is just a part of getting older, I am here today to respectfully and with the backing of science challenge that very idea. The simple routine we're about to walk through together, using nothing more than your kitchen counter for support, is designed to be your powerful first step or your consistent daily habit toward reclaiming and maintaining the physical freedom you deserve. So let's talk about what's really happening here. The concept we're using is something fitness experts and researchers are calling exercise snacking. It's a wonderful term, isn't it? It perfectly captures the idea. Instead of forcing yourself to endure a long, grueling workout that you dread, and maybe even risk injury from, you build strength and stability in small, manageable, and highly effective bites throughout the day. A study published in the prestigious British journal Age and Aging has shown how powerful this approach can be. It's not about becoming a marathon runner overnight. It's about making small, consistent deposits into your body's independence fund. Think about it like this. You wouldn't try to build a house all in one day. You'd lay the foundation first, brick by brick. This 5-minute routine is your daily brick. It's the solid foundation upon which everything else is built. And the best part? It directly targets the key areas that are most critical for lifelong independence. Lower body strength for getting out of chairs and climbing stairs, upper body strength for carrying groceries and opening heavy doors, and most importantly, balance to dramatically reduce the fear and risk of a fall. In this video, I'm going to guide you step by step through 5 fundamental movements plus a gentle cool down that you can do right at your kitchen counter. I'll explain not just how to do each one, but why it is so incredibly important for your daily life. We will move slowly and deliberately. Your safety and confidence are my absolute top priorities, and you'll definitely want to stick around for the third exercise we cover. It directly tackles one of the biggest anxieties many of us face as we age, and mastering it can be a true game changer for your confidence. This isn't about being patronizing. It's about being precise and respectful of your body. You are taking a proactive, powerful step for your own health, and that is something to be celebrated. And a quick but very important reminder, I am not a doctor. It's absolutely essential that you speak with your doctor or a qualified physical therapist before starting any new exercise program. Your well-being is the #1 priority, so please make that call first. Now, with that said, if you're ready, let's head over to the kitchen counter and begin. We're going to start with what I believe is the single most important exercise for maintaining your independence. It's called the sit to stand, and it's something you already do dozens of times every single day. Let me paint a picture. It's the end of the day, you're settled into your favorite armchair with a good book, and the phone rings in the other room. That moment of deciding to get up, the push with your hands, the little rock forward to get momentum, that is what this exercise is all about. The ability to get up from a seated position, whether it's from a dining chair, the driver's seat of your car, or the toilet, is a fundamental pillar of self-sufficiency. It relies on the biggest muscles in your body, your quadriceps in the front of your thighs, and your glutes. When these muscles weaken, we start to compensate. I remember my own grandmother, Helen. She was a fiercely independent woman. At first, she used her hands. Within a few weeks, she could do it with her arms crossed over her chest. That fear she had of not being able to get up if she sat on a low bench at the park simply melted away. So here is your action step. Find a sturdy, stable chair. Now, pushing through your heels, squeeze your thigh and glute muscles and stand up straight and tall. Then, with complete control, slowly reverse the motion. The slow, controlled lowering is just as important as the standing up. Now that we fired up the powerful engines in our lower body, it's time to address the strength we need up top. This brings us to our second movement, the kitchen counter push-up. Think about all the times you need to push something during the day. Pushing a heavy grocery cart, pushing open a heavy glass door at the bank, or even just pushing yourself up from the bed in the morning. The simple science here is about leverage. By performing the push-up at an incline, you are changing the pivot point, making the exercise manageable while still effectively working your pectoral muscles in your chest, your deltoids in your shoulders, and your triceps in the back of your arms. My neighbor, a gentleman named Arthur, who is a proud 82-year-old gardener, swears by these. I do them so I can push my grandkids on the swings without my shoulders aching for 2 days. Here's how you do it safely and effectively. Stand facing your kitchen counter. To make it more challenging, walk your feet further back. Perform this movement for about 45 seconds, focusing on that straight body line and controlled motion. We've now worked on the strength in our lower body and our upper body. But all the strength in the world doesn't matter if we feel unsteady. This brings us to our third and perhaps most transformative exercise, the single leg stance. A significant number of falls in older adults are directly linked to a decline in balance. This isn't just a statistic, it's a source of deep-seated fear for many. It can make you hesitant to walk on grass, to navigate a crowded store, or even to carry a laundry basket down the hall. Taking a few moments each day to practice standing on one leg can feel like a superpower. It retrains the intricate communication system between your brain, your inner ear, your eyes, and the thousands of tiny stabilizer muscles in your legs and ankles. A dear friend of mine told me about her mother, who had a minor fall that, while not causing injury, shattered her confidence. She started by just lifting her foot an inch off the ground. Now she can stand for over a minute on each leg. She walks with her head held high again. She's regained her stride. So let's try it. The goal is to hold this position. You will feel your ankle making lots of tiny movements. That's a good thing. That's the system working. If you wobble, just place it back down. The goal is not to be perfectly still, but to practice controlling the wobbles. All right, let's just take a quick pause and a deep breath. You are actively building a stronger, more resilient you. If you're finding this guide helpful and encouraging, I would be so grateful if you took just 1 second to tap that like button below this video. Now, let's continue building on this fantastic foundation. While standing on one leg is a powerful way to improve our balance, the stability of that standing leg begins all the way down at the ground. This brings us to our fourth movement, heel raises. This simple exercise might seem minor, but its benefits are immense, particularly for our ankles and lower legs. Think about reaching for a can on the top shelf of your pantry, or that moment you push off the ball of your foot with every single step you take. That movement requires strength in your calves and stability in your ankles. The mechanics are wonderfully straightforward. Every time you contract them by going up on your toes, you help squeeze the veins in your lower legs, pushing blood back up toward your heart. This can be incredibly beneficial for improving circulation. I have a friend who is a retired nurse, and she spent decades on her feet. She swears by doing heel raises a few times throughout the day to keep her legs feeling fresh and prevent varicose veins from worsening. She calls them her 5-second leg refresh. Here's our action step, right at the counter. Then, with just as much control, slowly lower your heels back to the floor. The key, once again, is to avoid rushing. The slow, controlled lowering is what builds eccentric strength and stability. So far, we have systematically built strength and stability in our major muscle groups. Now, it's time to put it all together and get our heart rate up in a safe, controlled, and beneficial way. Our fifth and final active movement is marching in place. Feeling winded after walking up a flight of stairs or walking from the far end of a parking lot is a sign that our cardiovascular system could use a gentle boost. Marching provides that boost without the jarring impact of jogging or running. Here's why it's more than just lifting your feet. You're actively engaging your core. A strong core is essential for good posture and is intrinsically linked to good balance. With every single step of this march, you are performing a mini abdominal crunch and a mini balance challenge. Let's do this with purpose. Stand tall, facing your counter for light support if you need it. Find a steady, comfortable rhythm. You can swing your arms naturally as you would when walking. We'll do this for 1 full minute. This is our cardio burst. You did it! You've just completed a full-body, functional routine. Now comes one of the most important and often neglected parts of any physical activity: the cool down. Think of it as a gift you give yourself, signaling to your body and mind that it's time to recover. We'll do 2 simple, gentle stretches using our chair and counter for support. First, for the front of your thighs. You should feel a gentle pull in the front of your thigh. Don't force it. Just hold for about 30 seconds, breathing deeply. Then, carefully switch sides. Next, let's stretch the back of our legs. Stand facing a chair. Place the heel of one foot up on the seat of the chair. Keeping your back straight, gently lean forward. Hold for 30 seconds, breathing into the stretch. Then repeat on the other side. This small act of stretching is a profound act of self-care. What you have accomplished today is so much more than just a 5-minute workout. You have made a powerful declaration. You've declared that you are not a passive bystander in your own aging process. You are the architect of your strength, the captain of your stability. Let's quickly recap the incredible victories you've just secured. You won back confidence and steadiness with the single-leg stance. You invested in your long-term mobility. Together, they form a shield that helps protect your independence. Remember the concept of exercise snacking. As the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends, this routine is your perfect starting point. The journey is yours, and you are in complete control. You have proven to yourself that you don't need fancy equipment or a huge time commitment to make a real, tangible difference in your health and your future. All you need is 5 minutes, a kitchen counter, and the will to start. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these simple movements was the biggest aha moment for you? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Reading about your experiences inspires our entire community. And if you enjoyed this detailed, respectful approach to senior fitness, and you want more in-depth guides to help you live a strong, vibrant, and independent life, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that little notification bell so you won't miss our next video. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today and for investing in yourself. Be well, stay empowered, and I'll see you in the next video.